What exactly is Genius Hour? Well, let me talk to you a little bit about Genius Hour and how we have been liberating the genius of the Room 9 kids. I always introduce Genius Hour to the kids by asking them, have you ever gotten to learn about something you wanted to learn about, something that interested you, something that Mrs. Dunbar said, you can pick whatever you want, and what if you could? Their response to me is usually something like this. Are you kidding? Don't we have to do math or language arts or something? Tell them no, but there are just 3 basic rules to Genius Hour. The first thing is that the project has to be approved by me. And quite frankly, if you think it's a great idea, families, I'm probably going to think it's a great idea. The second thing is that the project must be researched, must solve a problem, or must build a skill. And lastly, in one way or another, it has to be presented. Genius Hour also requires family support. I mentioned it on back to school night and there was a flyer that went home, but I'm telling you now also, we love to have families involved in Genius Hour. Your support makes it even better. I have had all kinds of genius projects throughout the years. Some students are computer whizzes, so they'll make programs, they'll do apps, they'll recreate the Lincoln Memorial in Minecraft. I have other students who want to learn paper mache and love to do traditional reports, and some students like doing things like rubber band making. Used to do the rubber band bracelets, and you can see here in the picture that she made a rubber band cell phone case and a little purse. So anything that interests your student and fascinates them could be a potential genius project. The great thing about genius projects is when a student chooses what he or she wants to focus on, then it's something they're passionate about and they will work extra hard to figure out how they can learn more and how they can present more and how they can do more. This is why it's such a powerful learning tool, because they organically learn how to do research and how to work hard. Now, of course, in the old world, we would have presented these in the classroom or in some way, but we can't do that now. So there are other ways, of course, that we can present our genius. Students can always make a movie, and I can show them several ways to do that. They can do a PowerPoint. They can do a sway presentation. I've had students who are singers or musicians and they've recorded themselves playing a song that they've practiced super hard on. I've had students who wanted to learn how to make tamales with their abuelita and they filmed that whole process. So I think taking pictures and movies might be a great way for students to present their genius project. But of course they can do a written report too in Microsoft Word and send that along as well. We've actually been participating in Liberating Genius lessons throughout the year. We keep a genius wall up in the classroom, and you can see Albert Einstein there with his crazy hair. Well, his hair is actually little white Post-it notes that each student filled out on the first day of school, and each student was asked, what do you think your genius is? What are you really good at? What's your gift? What's your talent? And so each student wrote that down on Albert Einstein's hair and put it up there at the beginning of the year. We asked a lot of questions about what would you like to learn and what do you think you're great at? And so as we've done these lessons throughout the year, I think the students have really gotten to have some confidence in themselves and really have embraced the idea that they do have a gift, a skill, something they can share with the world. They're genius. We've actually been doing Genius Hour in Room 9 for about 5 years. If you'd like to read about the year where I started liberating genius lessons along with Genius Hour, you can always go to the website at the bottom. I know it's a long URL, but I did write a 3-part series on it that might give you a more clear idea of what Genius Hour can do for students. It really is meant to empower them and let them know that they do have a genius and that they need to cultivate it and make sure they grow it and make sure that they share it with the world, because without each other, we're not going to be successful. So I hope that gives you a brief overview on what Genius Hour is. If you have questions, you can of course reach out to me at tdunbar@musd.net. You can reach out to me on Remind, and I will be more than happy to share more information. But the most important thing is that your student picks something that he or she is passionate about, and then come up with a genius project that they can share in one way or another with our classroom digitally. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to seeing the genius projects that our students come up with in May.